How SpaceX transports its rockets. We all know about Elon Musk, the chief executive officer of SpaceX, as well as Tesla. He always remains in the headlines due to his intelligence, inventions, and creativity. Also, he is the second richest person on this planet. One of his major projects is SpaceX. And who can forget his mission to land people on Mars? Have you ever imagined how SpaceX transports its rockets from one place to another? Hi guys, you are watching Technology Fit, and in today's video, we are going to talk about how SpaceX transports its rockets. However, before we start, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Without further ado, let's get into this. SpaceX designs launch vehicles to support its launch provider services and achieve its various exploration objectives. Let me tell you that this company currently produces and operates the Falcon 9 full-thrust medium-lift launch vehicle and the Falcon Heavy heavy-lift launch vehicle, both of which are powered by SpaceX Merlin engines and reuse the first stage using VTVL technologies. The Falcon 1, SpaceX's first launch vehicle, was the first privately built liquid-fueled launch vehicle to reach orbit, and it used Merlin and Kestrel engines for its first and second stages respectively. Between 2006 and 2009, it was launched 5 times from Omelek Island. The Falcon 1E and Falcon 5 variants were planned but never produced. The Falcon 9 version 1.0 was built as part of the U.S. Air Force's evolved Expendable launch vehicle program and NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program. It featured upgraded Merlin engines on both stages. It was first launched in 2010 from Cape Canaveral and was replaced in 2013 by the Falcon 9 version 1.1 series, which was also launched from Vandenberg. In 2015 and 2018, the Falcon 9 full-thrust and Falcon Heavy versions were introduced, and all of them are launched from Kennedy and Cape Canaveral and Vandenberg. Commercial space companies, such as SpaceX, are pioneering some of the industry's most advanced reusable rocket technologies to lower the cost of launches for paying customers, like NASA and the private sector. Although most of us get to see the rocket fire its engines and soar high into the sky, the process of bringing the rocket to the launch pad in the first place is often overlooked. SpaceX's Falcon rockets are designed in Hawthorne, California, and the vast majority of their launches occur in Florida. You'd be right in assuming that SpaceX's rockets face a long journey before reaching the launch pad. After all, the distance between these 2 points is nearly 2,500 miles. The Falcon 9 rocket's components are transported to Florida on the back of huge semi-tractor trailer trucks. Before being returned to Hawthorne, the Merlin engines are individually sent to Texas for inspection and test firing. The engines are connected to the first stage after everything is checked, and the fully assembled first stage is transported to Florida on a 44-wheeled trailer. The second stage of the Falcon 9 and all of its landing gear are transported separately by various vehicles. The logistics are meticulously timed to ensure that everything arrives on time. The second stage and landing gear are attached to the first stage until it arrives in Florida, after which it is hauled over to the launch pad and hoisted horizontally, where it can be prepared for launch. NASA used a blend of air, road, and sea travel to move rocket components from different parts of the world to Florida before the Falcon 9 rocket. The first stage was transported by barges, while the smaller parts were transported by transport planes and large trucks. Road travel has become the most practical way of transporting components, because today's recycled rockets are much thinner and more road-friendly than NASA's Saturn V. SpaceX's Falcon Heavy is a super heavy-lift space launch vehicle developed and built by the company. The Falcon Heavy is a launch vehicle that consists of 3 Falcon 9 first stages, a reinforced center core, and 2 additional side boosters. Although expendable flights can increase payload capacity, all 3 boosters are designed to be recovered and reused. The Falcon Heavy's first flight's side boosters were recovered from 2 previous Falcon 9 flights. On February 6, 2018, SpaceX successfully launched the Falcon Heavy, carrying a payload containing Musk's personal Tesla Roadster to a Mars orbital trajectory. Grasshopper was a vertical takeoff, vertical landing, VTVL rocket that was used as a technology demonstrator for a suborbital reusable launch vehicle, RLV. Between September 2012 and October 2013, the first VTVL flight test aircraft, Grasshopper, which was based on a Falcon 9 version 1.0 first stage tank, flew 8 times. The test facility in McGregor, Texas, was responsible for all 8 flights. In September 2012, Grasshopper started flight testing with a 3-second hop. In November 2012, a second hop took place, consisting of an 8-second flight that lifted the testbed approximately 5.4 meters or 18 feet off the ground. A third flight, which lasted 29 seconds and included an extended hover under rocket engine control, ascended to an altitude of 40 meters or 130 feet before descending under rocket power to a successful vertical landing, took place in December 2012. On October 7, 2013, Grasshopper flew for the 8th and final time, reaching an altitude of 744 meters, or 2,441 feet, or 0.462 of a mile, before landing vertically for the 8th time. The Grasshopper research vehicle has been decommissioned. Now let's talk about SpaceX Starship. The SpaceX Starship is a super heavy-lift launch vehicle that will be completely reusable. SpaceX is developing the spacecraft as a self-funded private spaceflight project. Although the Starship is currently only being tested at suborbital altitudes, it will be used on orbital launches with an additional booster stage, the Super Heavy, as the second stage of a 2-stage-to-orbit launch vehicle. SpaceX has also given the name Starship to the combination of spacecraft and booster. SpaceX Falcon rockets are being sold to the launch industry at extremely low prices, enabling SpaceX to build up a huge manifest of over 50 launches by late 2013, with 2/3 of them going to commercial customers and the rest was going to US government flights. SpaceX's product offerings in the US launch industry are far less expensive than those of its competitors. Despite this, its primary US rival, United Launch Alliance, ULA, still maintained in early 2013 that it needed a significant annual subsidy, which neither SpaceX nor Orbital Sciences receive, to remain financially viable, with the explanation cited as a lack of market potential, a stance which appears to conflict with the market itself. SpaceX launched its first satellite into geostationary orbit, SES-8, in December 2013, followed by its second, TICOM-6, a month later, putting pressure on the European and Russian launch providers who had previously dominated the commercial communications satellite market. In this segment, SpaceX's prices were lower than those of its main rivals, the Ariane 5 and Proton. Furthermore, SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy prices are significantly lower than the forecast prices for Ariane 6, which is expected to be available in 2020. Because of the additional mission requirements for government launches, SpaceX charges slightly more for US government missions than for similar commercial missions. But even with those extra services, Falcon 9 government missions are still well under $100 million, even with about $9 million in special security charges for some missions, which is a very good deal. SpaceX's transportation is not only safe, but is cost-effective too. That's all for today's video, and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. Moreover, you can also suggest to us the topics that you think we should cover in our upcoming videos. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, subscribe to it and press that notification bell so you receive a notification each time we upload an interesting video on this channel. Thanks for watching this video. We will see you in the next video. Take care and stay tuned.